this meeting to order. Will join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pastor Cook, would you do the invocation, sir?
Yes, sir. Don't bow, please. Father God, this is the day that you have made. A beautiful day, Lord. A great day to be alive, a great day to meet, discuss the business of the city, a great day to go forward in having a greater place for our children to grow up and to live and to work, a great place for people to have business, a great place for commerce. And Lord, we ask you tonight, Lord, that when this debate is over tonight, that you'll be our Lord and our God and our Savior, that'll keep us from going any other way but straight to the greatness that you have for us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Alderman McNeil, if you would call the roll, please.
All right. March 10, Alderman Muncie Johnson. Present. Alderman Lady Judy Jones Coleman.
Present.
Alderman Shane Lynch.
Here.
Alderman McNeil, present. Alderman Lady Tammy Porter.
Here.
Okay. All the alternates are here.
All right, thank you. It's hard to believe it's been a month since we had a meeting, but we had sickness going around. I think everybody's cleaned up by now and doing pretty good. So, Board, at this time, we have a motion to approve the February 10th, 2025 regular call board meeting.
So moved.
We have a second?
I'm second.
Any discussion? If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Up on our new business at this time, on our, make sure I got this right, yes. At this time, do we have a motion to approve resolution 2025-02, a resolution to hire as administrative services for the 2025 CDBG grant application? That's, and Board, that's the fire truck.
So moved.
I'll second.
Got a motion? Got a second? Any discussion, Board?
Here's the grant already been put in?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, and this is just,
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
this is, the company's gonna do it for us.
Okay, good.
All right.
Good, good.
So, any discussion, Board? If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Thank you.
Good.
Up next, do we have a motion to approve the second reading of ordinance 2025-01, an ordinance to amend the official code of the city of Humboldt, the International Energy Conservation Code with the State Fire Marshal's Office rulemaking standards?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Thank you. That's just upgrading our ordinances for inspection. At this time, we have a motion to approve the second reading of ordinance 2025-02, an ordinance to amend the official code of the city of Humboldt, adopting the state rulemaking standards to the 2018 edition of the International Residential Code that applies to energy conversations. Do we have such motion?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion, Board?
Mike, this one y'all have to be straightened out from the state, right? Yes. State, okay. No, that's all we got.
Good, all right. Any more discussion? If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Thank you. That should get us caught up, Mike, just about on our 2018. Good. At this time, do we have a motion for the second reading of ordinance 2025-03? This an ordinance of the city of Humboldt, Tennessee, providing that chapter 2 of the Title 8 of the Humboldt Municipal Code be amended by revising Section 8-210 of said code, providing for the hours of sale of beer to the to be consistent with the state's hours of sale of on-site consumption of liquor by the liquor by the drink, providing further that ordinance number 20 2008-7 be repealed in its entirety and declared same to be null and void of no effect. All right,
I'll make a motion.
all right, and
I'll
that's,
second.
that is a ordinance to get our beer sales, especially on Sundays, and at night, up with the state, what the state, requires of us, so.
That's what you had to work on with the chief.
Yes, sir. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, we were a little bit out of balance on that. So, any more discussion, board? If not, those in favor of such do so, but saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Thank you. Good work there too, chief. That was a lot of digging.
Thank you, sir.
This time, our next, new business, at this time, do we have a motion to approve the second reading of ordinance 2025-04, an ordinance to rezone a 4.33 acre portion of property, and adjacent right-of-way located at the northeast corner of Old Gibson Road and Warren Road, owned by HPQ Properties LLC, from a B2 to an R3 high density. Got a motion down there?
I'll second.
Yeah,
Got
I
a-
did.
All right, got a second? Got a second. Any more discussion, board?
The weather's broke now, you finna get started? Y'all finna get started?
We're waiting on you all.
Yeah. Well, you can get started, man. I want to see some tax money. All right, thank you.
If there's no more discussion, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. How about that? You ready? I would imagine you probably got a little something to sign or
We do,
whatever.
we do.
You already got it?
Yeah.
Hey, you're good.
We got something
For
to
you and
sign.
you and Mr. Mayor and Mr. Leon.
What is
Okay. Oh,
it?
at this time, do we have a motion to approve the January 2025 accounts payable report?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Got a motion, a second. Any discussion, board?
I have one question.
Yes.
Airport janitorial services, that's just once a month?
Yes.
Once a month, yes.
That's what I needed.
We tied him in with our
Yes.
cleanup, so.
Office.
All right, any more discussion, board?
See how it's ready tonight.
If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye. Those opposed, like sign. Up next, we have a motion to approve the January 2025 treasury report.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Got a second. Any discussion, board?
I have a couple questions.
All right.
Franchise tax, cable TV,
Mm-hmm.
we're at .63.
Yeah, I've spoken to Nick Havlis with Charter. I've been in contact with him since the last time we met. And I sent him a message today and said, y'all really need to hurry up with our money. And he said he's working on it, so.
After you brought that up the last time, Alderman Lynch, we got in touch with Spectrum or Charter, whatever it is. And so we've been working really hard. We ought to get you, I think we'll have you an answer on that, money-wise.
48,000, they've only paid 300, that's,
No,
Wow.
they said they dropped the ball on it. We'll get 5% of their sales back to March of last year.
So, Miss Alicia did a great job. She went after it the next day and seen it. And, matter of fact, Nick come to the office.
Last week.
So, we'll get you an update on that soon.
page 4, city sticker revenue, we're only at 9.41.
Not March 31st. So our plan, I spoke with Alex Smith. The utility department's gonna send out, their thing, for their statements, is gonna have it on there. I looked at last year, we only put in 2,000 city stickers. So that's been the pace for the past 10 years. 2,000 out of 7,800 residents. There's a couple different options we can look at. We can look at sending it to the trip when you renew your tags there, but that does away with the free senior citizen. We look at enforcement options, citations, also city sticker roadblocks if we have to. There's different things that we can do. I think the easiest, something that I'd have to research more of, is if you go to renew your tags, just like Jackson somewhere else, and you buy your city sticker at the same time. But what do we do about the senior sticker? What do we do about the several that live in Madison County? So there's things there. advertised on Facebook, we've advertised, newspaper, and now the utility department on every single mail, every single, statement to March 31st. People don't come till March 31st, they line up in lines to buy them. But as soon as March 31st comes in, it goes up to $45, and the officers start writing citations.
So there is a citation if
Yeah,
you
just-
don't have
Yes,
it.
yes.
But if we let Crockett, or Gibson County collect it, then they're gonna take a portion of it, is that correct?
So I believe Chief Buchanan looked at it once before, and I could be wrong about this, and about the number, I need to do more research, but I remember him telling me it was $1 each city sticker went to Trenton, and 29 went to us. And I can research that more. That's what Jackson does, other people around here. We also have to account for the Madison County residents, the sliver that's by the airport, along with senior citizens. That's whatever we wanna do with that. I don't wanna be the person that says we're not giving a free city sticker to a household for senior citizens. We have to try to work that out with Trenton, and I believe that would be the easiest way to do it.
I'm just waiting till I can get to that 65 so I can get one of those free stickers.
And Trenton may tell us no, that they won't do that. So,
I get one and I don't really pay no attention. I just hated them 65, man. All right,
I don't get it.
anybody got any more questions?
What was the borough pavilion on page 10? Expenses of 3,500.
Gravel parking lot, gravel drive.
Yeah, we got the gravel drive in late.
It was off of Penn Street.
Okay.
Gravel.
Yeah. We gotta, put a road in from Penn, over on Penn,
Okay.
come up through, our city lot there, where people can actually, unload there at the pavilion.
You doing that place next to the library?
Yeah, it's
It's across.
right across, yes, ma'am, right across there, and we, our, original plans was to have paving out front, but, you know, COVID got us in a mess on the financial side, so, but we did just go ahead and pave that, not pave it, I'm sorry, but gravel that, south side of the parking, of the lot, where people can come up in there and unload if they having picnics or farmer's market.
All right.
Are y'all gonna put any tables out there?
Ma'am?
Are y'all gonna put any tables out there, Jeff?
Picnic tables and.
We can, we probably need to, it'll
Where people gonna sit?
attract, more people, but, you got any money left in your budget? How much money you got left in your budget? None? Are you in next year's budget?
No, I'm
All right.
not next year.
All right, we'll look, Ms. Tam.
I need my money.
We'll look. I'll help you out of that one, Jeff.
I hear you better.
Miss Tammy, we can look at that and, see about tables up there. We'll just see what they're costing. All right, any more discussion there, board on the treasurer's report? If not, all in favor of such, do so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Thank you. Next up, at this time, we have a motion to approve the January 2025 Police Department report.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Got a second? Any discussion, board?
You know I've got a question.
Always is good.
I know here on page 1 of 2, we did write 3 city sticker citations.
So that could have been on page 2.
It says 1 of 2, yeah. It's really,
Okay, I see. So if it's a city sticker citation, that means they didn't have one at all for last year.
okay.
So that's probably what it is.
I just figured you got 25 proof of insurance. You know, if they're not buying city stickers, they're probably not buying insurance either.
Sure.
Chief, on that, question, Alderman Lynch, could that been a stop and they just seen
Yeah,
it?
it's a traffic stop.
Stop, and they
That's
seen they
exactly
did.
what it is.
Yeah, they-
So it's a traffic stop, and the officers will check the registrations. They're giving it to them over the radio, and if they're inside the city, they don't have a city sticker, they get cited for it.
All right, any more discussion, board? If not, those in favor of such motions do so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Yeah, we're just talking about city stickers, and here was 3 of them popped up.
Yep.
At this time, do we have a motion to approve the, February, police department report.
Make a motion to approve.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion, board? If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye. Those opposed, like
I
sign.
do have a question.
Yes, yes.
Are we checking permits on these guys cutting trees around town or putting up,
When you called me, they did. Now, here's the issue with tree cutting permits. There's no state law. It's only city ordinance. So we cite them, and they say, I'm not paying, there's nothing the judge can do to them at all. There's no repercussion, nothing. We can have an unpaid ticket for 100 years. The reason why is that it's not a state law. We deal with criminal matters. Now, a city ordinance, Ms. Gina deals with it, something like that. We can check them, and we can sign them a $50 ticket, but if they tell the judge, I'm not paying it, there's nothing he can do to them at all. Our guys, we're going over that next supervisor meeting, yes, we are gonna start checking, to make sure, but essentially, there's not a whole lot of repercussion if they don't.
well, they're coming in on weekends and cutting because they know nobody's gonna check.
Sure.
And, if we just start checking, maybe that'll let them know that, you gotta have a permit, you're gonna cut trees in
Sure, and it's a
Humboldt.
$5
You're gonna have a
permit.
food booth, you need to have a permit.
Sure, but like I said, if we sign a $50 ticket, there's nothing that happens to them. You can't send that permit to the state or the citation to the state to enforce it, there's nothing, it just stays on our books, it's a $50 unpaid ticket, that's it.
If, they don't pay the ticket, but we've got their name and address
Sure.
and stuff, and they leave, limbs and stuff on the side of the road, can the city not charge them for pickup of those?
That's a civil action you have to do through court, civil action. That'd be something that an attorney would have to tell you whether or not you can do a civil action against them. Is it a possibility? I don't know, because they're not violating the state law.
Yeah.
They're violating a city ordinance that's in a city judge, not a state court.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Any more discussion, board? If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Thank you. We got a police officer here somewhere. We need to get him put on the heat, put the heat on the hot seat here. All you new employees got to go through the same thing. Hello, young man.
How you doing, sir?
All right. At this time, board, we have a motion to approve the police department recommendation to hire one police officer.
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Now, in discussion, board.
So this is John Blake Smith. He was in the military prior, Tennessee National Guard for 6 years. Infantry, and then what was the second one?
Combat engineer.
We checked all his references, highly spoke of him, very highly. And I think he'd be a great fit for the team.
You were with the 278?
278 for 4 years, and then 890, the sapper unit for 2 years.
Okay, 278th is
Infantry,
located where?
Huntington.
That's right.
Also, they swapped over to the 890 sapper, which was the same place.
Any more questions, board? Y'all don't make them sweat or anything? We can't let him come in here just move right on, man. We got to put him on a little pressure, see what he can do. Jonathan, we appreciate you much. I'm messing with you. You got to go through a little bit of pain.
Yes, sir, I understand.
And you do come highly recommended. We appreciate you wanting to be a police officer in Humboldt, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
So at this time, board, if there's no more discussion, those in favor of the motion to approve the police department recommendation to hire one police officer, Mr. Jonathan Blake Smith, do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Thank you, and thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. Need to hit anything?
Next up, board, is at this time, do we have a motion to approve the fire department resignation of one firefighter, Mr.
Orion.
Orion Hamas? Do we have such?
I'll second.
Got a motion, Mr. Leon?
Also move.
And I'll second.
In a second. Any discussion, board? If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Lose one, we gain one. Where's Mr.
Jesse's back at the back.
Jesse? Come on up here, Jesse. We won't put you through too much. It won't be any hotter than what you're gonna get into anyway. At this time, do we have a motion to approve the fire department recommendation to hire one firefighter, Mr. Jesse whatever your name is there. I don't wanna mess that up.
No, so say that.
I was gonna say,
So- so-
I'll make a motion.
Cicada. Oh, you have such motion?
I'll second
I'll
it.
make a motion.
Got a
I'll
motion?
second it.
Second on the end, Mr. Leon? All right, any discussion, board? If
How'd you
not,
get from Arizona to Tennessee?
Mom.
Family.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Wasn't a wrong turn or something?
No, not at all.
His mother lives there.
well, you didn't make a mistake, I want you to know.
Oh, we love it. My
Yeah,
family loves
yeah,
it.
it's pretty and green here, got a lot of love. It
Get
just-
ready for the humidity.
Oh, we came in the summer, so we felt it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jesse, we thank you for wanting to be part of the Humboldt team, and you got a lot of wonderful people over there to work with, so they'll put you under their wing. Got a wonderful chief. Chief, you got anything you'd like to say?
I think he's gonna be a great fit. He was in the military 6 years, so he knows about the brotherhood and camaraderie and all that
In discipline.
discipline. You know,
That's good.
He wants to help people.
All right, board, any more discussion? If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign.
Good luck
Thank
to you.
thank you, and good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For at this time, where's Mr. Bellinger at?
Back there.
This time, do we have a motion to approve the fire department recommendation to promote Lieutenant
Listen.
EMR John Bellinger to captain?
Make a motion to approve?
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. Board, got any discussion, anything you'd like to talk to Mr. Bellinger about? You know, we got him on the hot seat, he's been here before, so it's all good.
How long you been on the 6 years? 6 years.
Well, I'm gonna have to say right in public, I think you do a wonderful job, and you work so good with the other people and the chiefs, you do, and I hear a lot, I not only hear it, I see it, John. And, so, the board, any more discussion on this issue?
There you go.
You got anything, Ms. Julie?
No, he's just.
You got anything, chief?
Got anything, chief?
I think he's gonna be great. He goes with me now. He takes a shift out and does inspections. He goes out of his way to help people. If somebody calls in sick, you can pretty much count on him to come in and fill their spot.
All right.
Congratulations.
With pride.
If there's no more discussions, those in favor of the motion for fire department recommendation to promote Lieutenant EMR John Bellinger to captain, do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. And that shows us right there, the EMR, that's the emergency medical response team that you're running daily. I heard y'all go out 2 or 3 times a day, so appreciate that side of it. Appreciate that side of the fire department as well. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This time, do we have a motion to approve the February 2025 fire report?
I make a motion to approve.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion, board?
A lot of dollars.
If
When,
not,
when there's down here, one transported, is that Humboldt transporting them, or?
That's the county
County.
ambulance,
Get the county.
or the rescue squad ambulance, or Madison County, Crockett County. It's an ambulance service.
Okay.
all right. Any more discussion, board? If not, those in favor of such motion, do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Thank you, chief, and, for all, what you do. Mr. Benjamin Hodge, you're gonna have to come up here under pressure. You're gonna have to get up here and you've been, Mr. Benjamin's been, we've hung him out for a month, hired him part-time to work with Miss Cassie, and so, he did a good job. He's in training, and he'll be fine, so. At this time, do we have a motion to approve the Public Works Department recommendation to hire one rabies control officer, Mr. Benjamin Hodge?
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All right, any discussion, board?
Yeah, man, I do, with Mr. Wheeler, I'm kinda confused, cause I was gonna interview with y'all. And y'all interviewed a couple of people, then y'all said you're gonna rerun it, you done it again. And when I asked y'all about it, you said you're just gonna rerun it again. So I'm asking, did y'all rerun it again, or?
Yes. We run it again, you got one application.
Yeah.
That was with the lady?
Yes.
And she didn't have a driver's
Yeah,
license?
have
yes,
driver's
then y'all, did y'all rerun it again after that?
Yes.
We ran it 3 times. So
Yeah, we ran it
I
3
was
times.
there with Mr. Hodge, and it was, two of them, wasn't it? Three, two or three?
It was three.
It was three, yeah.
He was the best fit, so.
Other- well-
I asked you about the other guy,
Jackson.
the one that was mud tied, he stayed in Gibson.
Sir.
He was mud tied, the one that stayed in Gibson, he, you know, could do a little everything, welding, carpenter, he had horses or something.
Yeah, but he was the best guy.
Right, okay. That's what I want to know, cause I didn't know, cause I was sitting in with the interview with y'all, you know, which I didn't say nothing, I got, after y'all got through, I left. Y'all said y'all was gonna make a decision, but then when you said you were gonna make a decision, you said, I'm gonna run it again.
Right.
Yes, we did, and we got
We
one,
did.
we got one
I
person.
came to
We
that
did.
interview, and the polar girl said she ain't never drove a vehicle.
Right.
I held a driver's license, so. I'm good, boy, that's all I got from Mr. Willie.
How long did you work part-time?
Just for the last 30 days.
Just 30 days?
He's just started. We were gonna do him 29 hours a week and, have that, have him on the board agenda. That was the, last week of February, what I think. And, we had to call the meeting off. We had, our whole crew was sick with the flu and everything. So we just said, just keep going. We'll put you on the, March 10th. So he's back. This is the first time he went through everything. We done everything we said we was gonna do. And, we just, we pushed him ahead.
So, let me ask the question, when was that clarification for that, right there, after the lady? After we did the interview with the lady, what's that for
Yeah,
then?
yeah, Mr. Leon, that, when you did that first one there, you know, and that lady didn't have her driver's license, nothing. We run it again, and, Mr. Hodge was in that first one.
He was in the first one.
Yeah, we run it again, and we had a young lady to show up, and,
Yeah, I know her situation.
yeah, it just didn't, it just wasn't, there was something there.
That's what I was asking, so y'all called Mr. Hodge in after that,
Yeah.
after that deal?
Yeah,
The last interview, that's what I was saying.
Right.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
last interview you did, okay. I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah, he
That's
really
all.
got.
I just want the clarification of
Yeah,
it.
he really got, was the only one on the, there was just two, and then the other didn't have a driver's license, so, and then the other one just, we could go through it, but. probably
So
don't need to.
which one is gonna be the dog catcher? Or full-time? Both of you, so you both
Both of them.
together, there's not a,
No.
okay.
Yeah, one, if they work weekends, one's gotta be off on the weekend, they gotta rotate.
Yeah.
We
We
rotate, yeah, that's what they rotate, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
And it'll
Rotate
put,
on the weekends.
just put Mr. Hodge back.
The weekends is just for feeding the dogs.
Yeah.
Feeding plenty of kennels.
This will put him in the a full-time rotation where they can, be on call at night, so.
You answered my question, I didn't know how. You tried to get with that, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Leon, the reason you probably are because it dragged out for a month.
It dragged
Yeah,
out for a while.
because we missed a board meeting and y'all would have had it like the next week after y'all was in.
Board meeting, okay.
Yeah, all right.
It's time.
If there's no more discussion, those in favor of such motion, do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign.
I'm gonna make us a good one.
Mr. Hodge, just, congratulations, and I think y'all already doing a good job. Ms. Cassie, we thank you as well.
I got one more sleeping on my motorcycle, I can't catch him though.
Board, on this, next item, agenda item, I'm just gonna, I've talked to Greer Lashley, on the dog shelter project. The sand and the, new gravel driveway up to it was, been put in the last few weeks. They were packing sand, and Mr. Willie, once they got that, they're supposed to have the concrete maybe this week down and the plumbing, before any walls go up. But, so they're working, really hard on that. Weather is the main thing. On our west side drainage project, I talked to, Jake with TLM, our engineer, and, let me get it here. Jake said, they've been doing a survey, and, that should be done this week, on all the surveying of the drainage ditches. And so they're drawing the designs as of right now, that the construction company or whoever's gonna have to go by while they do the work there. So, in a couple of weeks, I'm hoping to have that, for y'all's review, just for us just to look at on the last board meeting of this month. Should have that drainage, review and, design done by the end of this month,
Good.
if the weather holds up for them. So anyway, I've got that. And on the other issue, I asked John just to give us an update on the library, construction, so go ahead, John.
Pretty short and sweet. Of course, you know, we've applied for the grant. 4 different levels to go through. We apply to our regional office, the regional director reviews the grant. We add some things, take some things out, make sure it goes to the committee, and it's ready to go. Now it's in the committee's hands. After the committee says, okay, good, it goes to the state librarian to sign off, and then the secretary of state and Hargett finally to sign off on it. We've applied for the full $200,000. Everything's completed in the application. They're very favorable towards it, so now it's kind of a waiting game. And they know the urgency, that we got bids out there that needs to happen soon, so we don't see a price increase on that. So, again, we'll just hopefully soon, in the next month or so, we may have an answer.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
John. When I was on the board with you all, you know, we raised quite a bit of money, the library board and with the Friends of the Library. All right, you have $500,000. Then, through the grace of the board and the mayor and the board of aldermen, you said $200,000 to take y'all to cover this project. Well, the board, through the grace of the mayor and the board of aldermen, we worked some numbers out with this money and stuff that was allocated for our area. But we had compassion for the library for our little kids. You know, to get the little kids straightened out. Why should we keep sitting around waiting on a grant if you got $700,000 to go to work on?
You don't have, I mean, you can't sign a contract if you don't have the full money.
Well, can we go on just sign off before you start working with that $700,000?
I mean, we could do, what you're going up is with an incomplete building. And honestly, I don't know if any construction company's gonna just start a project,
But,
just leave it
but
halfway.
I'm just asking the question, when we talked, and you came for the board, your price was $700,000. That's what I'm saying, $700,000. You had $500,000, and the board found favor with you to give you the other $200,000 for you to start. We didn't know nothing about no grants, we hadn't heard about no grants, we hadn't heard about none of this other money. We gave you the other money for you to go and get started, because that's what you told us you need. Now, we running months behind with this project. And
Well,
I'm just
see,
saying,
at that
why
point-
come we can't move on to
Well,
$700,000?
Leon, at that point, we had not bid it out. We didn't know, we had a rough estimate from the architect what it was gonna be, and it came back 150,000 and some change higher. So at that point, we had no choice but to apply for that additional grant to get us to that amount. I mean, I'd like to start tomorrow telling, let the mayor sign the contract, but the mayor may not wanna sign something that's not completed. And that's risky. But what happens when you get this, let's say you didn't get approved the grant you started, then you have a half-completed building sitting there.
Mr. Blankenship, do you feel like that you'll hear something, I mean, you know,
I asked her that exact question on Thursday when the regional director and I talked, that she submitted it to the committee. That's a 3-person committee with the state to approve it. And she felt very positive we'd get the full amount we've asked for. Now, again, that's not guaranteed. She also sits on that committee. So that's favorable. We've got some higher ups in that line that is also feel very confident we'll get it. There's others across the state that apply. We don't know how much is in that pool total that any libraries can apply for, but the max each library can apply for is $200,000. Other libraries in the area have received the full $200,000 in the past, so we feel confident, and they feel confident with what we put in the grant contract that we've asked for, that it's all together and it's ready to go. So it's just, it's a waiting game. I don't like it, but I can't make them go any faster.
Let me ask you, just what if, just a what if?
Yeah.
What if? Dig it, what if, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
If you don't get it, then what do? You
So
work
that's
with
the
that
exact thing I
$700,000.
asked the last week, and I said, what happens if this doesn't come through? What can I cut out? I mean, you're looking at cutting $150,000 out of it. I mean, you could cut out a bathroom and a closet, but that's not gonna get you to $150,000. So you're going to end up with a shell of a building, what you have. You wouldn't have finished flooring, you wouldn't have finished walls.
any more, questions for Mr. Blankenship? Mr. Blankenship, we just hope you get your 150 and get this thing moving. I'd like to also, comment a little bit about that. there is a contract, is that right? Is it with Lashley Ridge?
Yes, they're the contract manager.
They are the contract managers. And their engineer is the engineering,
Yeah.
the engineer's
And then
way.
they subcontracted out at that point, which is what the bids were, the different subcontractors, the bid on different parts of the project. Now, we're on a tight schedule too. I need to know on this grants, and
So-
me and Mr. Barker talked about that. He's helpful along the way. We've got to know soon. We're gonna see price increases from those subcontractors. They're not gonna hold up ever.
So let me ask you one other question, since you said that, Mayor, Board of Alderman.
Yes.
If you don't get it, which I hope that's an amount of bill,
Yeah.
you don't get it, you got 700,000. You just said you have a shell of a building up there. Are you gonna turn that 200,000 back over to the city? But we can put it where we had already dreamed of it's going in the first place.
Here's the thing, if you do that, you're not gonna get anything. You won't have any
Well,
construction,
if-
that'll kill the project.
Well, from what you just said, you won't have nothing but an empty shell. If you don't get the money, you just have an empty shell just sitting there.
Well,
Instead of
my plan would
100,000, we
be,
don't
at that
wanna do
point, if we
that.
don't know, Leon, would be to go back to,
The original.
go back to the contractor and say, what can we cut out? How can we get it down that much?
Right.
But you run into some obstacles there, because you've had an architectural drawing done. And that's gonna change that. So then you're looking at expense to have that redrawn. But, I mean, the architect's not gonna redraw that whole structure for free. So,
Well, Mayor,
Well, Mr. Leon, on that money, of course, that was ARPA money, that was federal money.
Uh-huh.
And it has restrictions on it, who's what's and where. And so we'd have to, Ms. Alicia would have to give us direction on what, if we pull that money back.
Well, I'm hoping we don't have to put it back. I'm hoping we get to this.
I got faith,
Yeah.
I got faith, you know, Pastor Cook's sitting here and he'd be disappointed in me if I didn't say I had faith. I got faith, that money's coming.
Yeah.
I really do. Let's say it's coming, Mr. Leon.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, I've
We got-
always supported that
Yeah.
library.
I got the
But
faith,
no,
baby.
Mr.
I
McGill,
got
that's
the
out of my
faith it's
control.
coming.
If they don't award it, I've done my job. I mean, I can't force them
Right, I
to
got
give
you.
me that money. I mean,
That's right.
we're hoping we've done what we need to do to our due diligence to get it there.
Yeah, and I hope it
And they're
works
very
out.
appreciative. I mean, we're getting to apply for that because of the ARPA money that the city is giving towards this project.
That's good.
That's part of the requirements to apply for the grant, is the city is invested in it as well.
Right. All right,
And
thank
that's
you.
appreciated.
Mayor, I'm good.
All right.
My faith is good.
All right, good. You got faith down there on the
I got
end?
faith.
I can see it coming, baby. 150,000 ain't nothing.
Yeah, 155, hope 200,000 we get it. Yeah, get our little kids going for the library.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Blankenship. Up next, we got a Humboldt Municipal Airport update. Ms. Julie Crenshaw, her and Alderman Lynch and others. Was it the snow day? Y'all was going to go and couldn't go.
We ended
And,
up doing it by Zoom.
And wound up doing it by Zoom. So it was good news, and we wanted to make sure everybody heard the news, good news. So go ahead, Ms. Julie Crenshaw.
Well, everybody from Barge is on spring break. Their kids are, and so they're all out of town. So what Benson did was he gave me a projects update that I've got to pass out to you guys. I don't know how many copies I made, Shane, but there should be enough at least for all the aldermen, and I think I might have made enough for Alicia to have one as well.
And we have received payment requests from Barge last week. Was that on design? Yeah, on design. So it was less than 6,000, but it was on the design part.
Was it the design for the runway? Do we know?
No, anyway, I opened up something I probably shouldn't have opened up. I'll get you the answer.
It's okay.
I signed the check and it was to Barge, and I said,
No, it's fine. Well,
that's
they
that.
know what they're doing. They
Is
know,
that-
they
yeah.
know, yeah,
So
I
we-
have faith in them.
Yeah,
so.
me too.
Me too.
You've got faith in the library, I've got faith in Barge.
Yeah, but anyway, they have started the process of
Right.
invoicing.
Well, the first thing on the update there is the airport layout plan. That is just the general overall plan that we came up with when we first brought Barge in. And so they'll give us he's got on here that they will try to give us an update mid-March on like where we stand on everything. The number two, the runway 220 obstruction removal, we're in the environmental process of that. We gotta make sure there's not an eagle's nest in a tree or, that we've got access to the properties and all that jazz.
The bat
So-
study, the bat study.
Yes, the bat study, that's exactly right. So that's where we are on getting rid of the trees that need to be gone in order for us to no longer have to have a conditional license. We'll have our.
But
full
that
license.
study will serve us for several years, not
Yes.
just for this one project.
Yes, yes. Now, what, the mayor was just talking about a while ago with the, TAC meeting that, Alderman Lynch and I attended via Zoom. That was that was to get money, to ask for money for the taxiway to redesign it. Right now, we have what's called, direct access from the tarmac straight across the taxiway onto the runway. FAA does not want us to have that anymore. They want it to be cut off, basically, so you don't have the possibility of an airplane going this way to try to get to the runway and one coming off the taxiway and having a collision. So, that's what Shane and I attended the Zoom meeting for, and we got the money for it. We have the the federal funds that are coming in is 95% of the total cost at $162,925. The state is matching a 2.5, so the city does a 2.5. And that's what I wrote on the local match, right, for us is $4,287.50. So out of $171,500, we only have to pay $42,8750.
Oh, man, that's good.
So, yeah, that was why it was very important for us to do this, right. Shane and I had prepared to hit the road bright and early that morning, and
Snow.
thankfully, because I really didn't want to do that, we were able to have the meeting there at the airport too, by Zoom.
Right, okay.
So, but anyway, yeah, that's where we are, and, we will be we're gonna try to have a meeting of the airport board later at the end of this month, and of course, I'll let all of y'all know, so y'all can attend if you like.
That's number one, airport layout plan, that's our 10-year plan for
Yes.
lots of stuff we plan to do, new lighting, some other
Yes,
stuff.
yes, that's our ACIP, that's the meeting that we have in August every year, that basically where the state tells us, it's our report card. And the state tells us what needs to be done and where we're lacking, for lack of a better term. And, so we work off of that, and that's what the ALP, that's where we get that ALP every year.
Julie, on that talk about this discussion on this, the tree trimming, that's gotta be done
Right.
soon.
Right.
Don't that supposed to start this spring sometime?
Yes, sir.
Before?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It should be done before fall.
Yes, sir.
Right, the draft, he's got on here that the draft document of the environmental assessment is expected mid to late, April. So
Okay,
hopefully
good.
next month we'll have a better idea of when we'll be able to start cutting.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
we've gotta get those trees gone.
Yeah, we can't do nothing without them things.
As
going.
long as there's not an eagle or bats.
If an eagle, you can't cut it, can you?
Yeah, no, no.
We're trimming these trees at the ground.
That's
Yeah, we're
why,
not topping them, where they
cut 'em out,
just
we're
grow
cutting.
bigger and prettier. No, we're cutting
They
them
give
down.
the stump too?
We will,
Just gonna leave the stump
we'll
the same.
kill that stump somehow.
They give them right, okay.
and
I'll do that personally, if need be.
on these environmentals, it sounds ridiculous, but they gotta do the Indiana bat study. And they've gotta also, there's 4 Indian tribes, I'm talking about woo-woo Indians, that's got to sign off on it as well. And,
They gotta sign off over in Humboldt?
yes, anywhere in America, yes.
What Indians that in Humboldt? man?
I'd have to, they got funny names, they're not here, but their council's out west in Oklahoma.
And they gotta go out there?
They have got to,
jurisdiction.
they've got to sign off
Is
on it.
their land?
And,
Their land?
I'm lost now.
They-
How in the world
Is their
Indians-
land?
It's, in case there's not, wanna make sure there's not a burial ground
Right.
or something like that located on the
We're not
property.
so much concerned, they're not so much worried about what might be in the tree, but what might be under the tree.
Under the tree.
I've got all 4
We
of their
have
Indian
lots of tribes
tribes.
here, Native Americans.
Right. So when y'all do the study, they gotta send it to them?
Barge does.
The engineers has to.
That's kind of my wheelhouse.
This is nothing new for us.
It ain't.
It's not.
Everyone they do.
The paving of 152, you've seen?
Yeah.
the bat study and the 4 Indian tribes had to sign off on that, so, and like I say, they're coming on through town as well, so that's just the way it is.
If you go out to the airport though, we have some, aerial maps that show you the plans that we, plan to go
Does the
with.
city gotta go on and write this check, or man, we have paid it, or what?
Barge will tell you guys
When
when
it
it's
start?
time.
Okay, okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
It may or may not be, I don't think we got it, early enough to get in the budget, but it'll be we'll find it. It's there.
Well, hopefully,
$170,000 for 4,000.
right,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
for less than $4,300.
In the past years, me dealing with, trying to get a few things done, it costs so much in the front end, but this was no brainer right here when they said this. And I think this may be some of their ARPA money they're trying to get rid of.
Maybe, I'm
And,
not.
because they're so,
They sat there, I listened to Benson Hadley and one of the pilots one day have a full-on conversation using nothing but letters. They have an acronym for everything, and I'm sure that, yes, this BIL money probably started out as an ARA, something, I don't know. But anyway, it's federal money, it's $170-something thousand
Let's get
dollars
it.
that we only have to have 4287.50
Well,
of,
that's
so.
good, that's good. Tell them send me a check.
all right. All right, thank you, Julian.
You're welcome.
So you
Appreciate
call
it.
that study the bet study, huh? Man,
Sir?
You say you call it the bet study.
A what?
The bat study,
The bat study, yeah. Indiana bats, yeah.
or you can call it the Snell darter study.
Yeah.
Remember the Snell
Ours-
darter?
Ours here,
Just learn something.
ours here is, Indiana bat study plus the 4, Indian tribes that's in the, Indian Council, out in Oklahoma, and they got to sign off on all this.
Well,
So-
I just learned something.
And that will hold you up sometimes, if it's not completed, so, okay.
All right, let's say Shane and Miss Crenshaw did it.
We're gonna climb trees and look for bats.
I just hope we don't find one. All right, board, up next is our discussion regarding CSX Railroad. And I do know that, Mr. Leon, I don't know who's taking lead on this tonight, discussion. I have read the agreement. If you would like my comment, I would, but I prefer y'all just go ahead and kick it around. You can put me in last somewhere.
Okay, man, I don't think it's, no discussion with the board. We did meet with Lawyer Camp said we gave him a resolution on how we felt about things. He said he was gonna type it up, get it to us for a vote. So I would like to turn the discussion into a vote to send it back to him so he can send it to CS Railroad, and then they can just send what they wanna do back about it. That's really all we doing right now.
Well, okay, and so can I make a comment, read a statement here?
Oh, yeah, sure.
If I hurt somebody's feelings, I'm gonna apologize first, okay? Just want y'all to know that we've dealt with this CSX, railroad issue, this next month will be 11 months. And, we've not got anywhere. It's caused, quite a few issues. And I read this real estate usage agreement. And as I read it, I had comments. And I know y'all may not like some of the things I'm gonna say, but I must say them. As I read it, I saw a lot of pretty words in that agreement. In agreements, with lawyers and people, man, they can come up with some of the prettiest words, lawyers can. There's words like beautification. Now, we're talking about down here at Front Street and the crossing, okay? Like beautification, ingress, egress, parking, just pretty words, I did notice that it did acknowledge that CSX, as the owner of said property, that looks like that we are agreeing that they are the owner of said property. If not, we wouldn't be trying to do a lease agreement with them. If we are, if they're not, we shouldn't be. The agreement also states the city of Humboldt shall repair and maintain said property for ingress and egress. That's the entering and exiting. Now, I don't see us maintaining and repairing a piece of property that don't belong to us.
Well, we've been doing it for over 50 years, so what's the problem now? Why you wanna stop now?
And the beautification and for action, parking and beautification of said property. Now this is the part that you're not gonna like. If you didn't like the top part, you really ain't gonna like the rest of this. Because it sounds like we just may start having Sunday school birthday parties and family reunions in the future down on Front Street with all these lovely words that we've got here. I also got to say this here. Mr. Leon, you've heard me say this before. You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. And that's the way I look at this. This property we don't own this property. Why would we be making a user agreement? But I'm gonna end it real nicely. If CSX, with all their wisdom and property management, signs this agreement, I will do the same. Knowing all the time it's a Trojan horse just waiting on the gate to open. That's all I gotta say.
Mayor, I personally thank you for your comments. I'm good with it. Everybody on this board got their own opinion, they got their own feelings, they got their rights. So, believe me, I respect everybody's opinion. Like I said at the last meeting with the lawyer camp, I respect everybody's opinion. Everybody got one, and it's up to, so lawyer camp did advise us, said, I need the board approval to send this to CSX and put it on the agenda. So he said one thing that he would be out of town, so that was understandable. But I would agree, it have caused a lot of problems.
It has.
Let's get him some more stuff that we didn't even have nothing about. Mayor, I don't know if you know anything about it. Something that the state of Tennessee and the railroad had worked out back in the day. So it's a lot of red tape in there. So all I'm doing is bringing it to the board. Everybody was there. And all the board gotta do is make a decision from a discussion to a vote to give it back to lawyer camp. Let them send it to it and let the chips fall where they fall, Mayor. I mean, that's how I feel.
Oh.
I mean, we keep dealing with it and dealing with it. Let it.
Well, board, y'all want me do y'all want me to turn this into a motion to send this to CSX for a recommendation?
I'd just like to make a comment that this is in response to the, 14, 15-page agreement that they sent us. They sent us this agreement about wanting us to provide $1 million worth of insurance, liability insurance on the property. And this was in response to that. Now, they did tell us, or supposedly CSX has had several municipalities sign the original agreement, which I asked to know who had signed it, and I still haven't found out what municipalities or towns or whatever. I do know that CSX did ask our police department to enforce their rules, and that's not our job. And that's not our police department's job. They provide their own police. If they want to police it, they can come down here and police it.
We can't deny someone calling the police.
Yes.
If we're called to some type of disturbance, our officers will react accordingly. I can't tell you the number of fights we've had down there, shootings. Our Front Street camera has solved 2 homicides from there. So our officers have to respond morally and honorably. If the CSX owns a piece of property here, if they call law enforcement, we have to respond just like a citizen calls.
I mean, you've had shootings other places on something, just not Front
Yes, ma'am.
Street.
I agree
And
with you.
I have a business on Front Street.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've been there for years, and it really hadn't been thousands of shootings and killings. It's not like the way y'all say it is.
No.
I know it's not, so don't say it like that.
But we do have video of shootings.
Well, you have video of shootings on what you call this, what you call this street where they hang out at Sonic and shit, 22nd? You got shootings all over. Don't just point out Front Street.
The
That's
reason
what
why
I'm saying.
Front Street is because of the fact that that's what the topic is. We have a camera down there.
You got cameras all over. They shooting everywhere.
Yes, ma'am, I agree with that, but when there are parties that gangs are involved in, we have shootings.
Not all the time, Kenny Rich.
What I was referring to as far as enforcing was if, you
I
know,
can
the
understand
railroad
if
wanted
people
us to
are
come
fighting,
running.
you know, you come
run
down
people
there,
off
but
of
hell, they
there.
fight all over, not just Front Street.
Well, that's my point is we respond everywhere. If we're.
That's what I'm saying, you everywhere.
Yes, ma'am.
Chief, you don't have to sugarcoat it, we all know.
Well,
You don't know nothing, Mayor.
I
this is
know.
the thing, we had
I've been
a meeting-
around this earth longer than you have.
Wait a minute, we had a meeting with the lawyer, and the lawyer gave us a response back after he brought it to the mayor and the board of aldermen, he stood right here, and gave us what CSX sent him, all that paper, and y'all gave us a copy. Then the lawyer got back with us and said, well, I can give y'all a version and a resolution, and we can, interact with them and send that to them, let them respond. This is what this is about. We voted, we agreed for the lawyer to get it together and send it to CXS, and they can either agree or don't agree. That's what this was about. That's all.
And let me say
The
this,
response to that.
let me say this. This all stems from the Strawberry Festival. This one guy wanted to have a party, which me and Leon told you, Mayor, to say no.
Is this a discussion or?
Instead of you saying no, you gonna call them, you gonna call the railroad people to block the parking lot off. This is where all this stuff stems from. We've been parking down there for over 100 years, cleaning up the parking lot, keeping everything done, and all of a sudden, it's because of you.
What, Miss,
We going through this.
what, Miss Tammy, you can blame that on me if
I'm
you
gonna-
like.
Look,
I'm
look,
gonna
I'm
ask-
gonna tell you
I'm
this.
gonna-
We was down, they called me. Somebody called me and said, the mayor and down here talking to these railroad people. I got Leon on the phone. Leon said, let me talk to him. The guy said, the mayor know all about this. And don't sit up here and say you don't know what's going on, man, because you do. You do know what's going on. And you called him.
Miss Tammy, can I say something?
I'm gonna ask.
Can I say something?
I'm gonna ask for order, the order.
Well,
This is about the vote right
if
now.
Miss Tammy can say something, I don't know
No,
why
I'm
I
just calling
can't.
Let him
for,
talk.
I'm calling for a vote.
Just a discussion.
Okay, I didn't
Not
know
a board
they
vote.
changed it, 'cause I was.
I want to ask, I want
What,
to
the
hear.
lawyer said,
Yeah, 'cause
for
Leon said he
us,
wanted to
Miss
change
Tammy,
it.
what do you do
the
for a
lawyer
living?
said, the lawyer said.
Miss
for us
Tammy,
to
what
go
do you
in
do
and-
for a living?
It ain't none of your business what I want.
You're a bail's bondsman, aren't you?
What did
Ain't
the
you a
lawyer tell
bail
us to do?
bondsman? Ain't that, wonder how many people you bailed out
That ain't
down
none of
there?
your business how many people I bail out.
Hold it.
How many people
Hold
you
it.
bail
I'm
out?
calling for the order of the board.
Come on, y'all.
I'm
Shit.
calling for the order of the board.
What
The
does that
mayor-
got to do with this
I-
meeting?
I'm calling for the order of the board and want the mayor to call from a discussion to a vote for Lawyer Camp and get that paper and send it back to the railroad.
Well, at this time, I'm gonna make a motion if I can.
I ask that you make a motion.
So at this time, do we have a motion to send this, real estate, use agreement, back to, Attorney Camp to contact CSX for their consideration of this agreement? So at this time, do we have a motion to do
So
so?
moved.
You have a second?
I second.
Any more discussion? If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye.
Let me make sure I understand. We're just sending this back to camp.
Yes,
You
sir.
can send it to
Okay.
them.
Yes.
Ultimately, there shouldn't be nothing changed from the meeting we had with the attorney client.
I just wanna make sure that.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so, did we finish ayes and nays? No. All in favor of such motion do so by saying aye. Those opposed, like sign. Thank you. Now, I think we
Now,
can,
Mayor, you gotta get it back, send it to Lawyer Camp, get it.
yes, sir. I will.
Do we gotta sign, we gotta sign off on that,
Oh,
don't we?
No, not till we send it to them. If they don't agree to it, we're not signing nothing.
Okay.
I think that's what we said.
yeah, that's right.
He said, if he don't sign it, he has the authority to sign it, so it needs to be signed today.
I don't know who has, I think I'm probably the only one has this authority to sign that
Well,
contract.
when you talk, check the Lawyer Camp.
Unless I'm dead or
They gotta
miss the
approve it
meeting
first.
and y'all can do it yourselves.
And then we can approve it.
No, man, I'm saying, when Lawyer Camp get back, you can check.
We just have to agree to
It gotta
send
be
it.
signed to send off of what? Cause I don't know.
Yeah, we were just agreeing to send it to them.
Okay.
And then if they agree, notice they're here, then we're
Right.
here.
Okay, I get
So
it.
All
we'll be
right,
after.
I'll get with Lawyer Camp tomorrow to send that in. And so at this time, do we have a motion to adjourn?
No, wait a minute.
Oh, we got concerns.
Well, we got, I'm sorry. It got so
Well,
hot in here, daggone, I can't even hardly hear now. hollering at me and stuff. Having a concerned citizens here tonight on any of these functions? We do not. Now can we adjourn? What time's the
Well,
basketball
remember,
game?
Humboldt's playing, basketball tonight.
I'll
Go
make a
out and
motion
support
to
the Vikings.
adjourn.
Where they gonna be out, Humboldt?
Out here.
All right, who they playing? Somebody?
Some school out of Memphis, I can't remember the